Welcome to Connie Reacts. I'm your host, and today we will be reacting to the next episode, which I believe, is Season 3, Episode 19 of Star vs. the Force of Evil. So, last time we had Meteora return to St. Olga's, and she was, she was kind of crazy. She found the actual robot, St. Olga, that had adopted her. Um, well, kind of adopted her when she was a baby from King Rastakhan. Uh, was that his name? Either way, kind of adopted her and took her in and raised her and everything to basically keep out her special um, abilities and just who she was, to hide away like her true being, really. And so we saw a bit of that. We also saw her apparently break off Ponyhead's horn. I wonder where that's going to go, because that either means Ponyhead's going to be gravely injured or dead. Like, that was a really grim moment. Meanwhile, Rastakor tried to leave, but she revealed that that Gemini was a robot. She took out his heart, which was keeping him alive, and set it to self-destruct and threw it at Rastakor, effectively taking them both out. Rastakor's only an arm again, and now Meteora is headed to take back the throne. And that's all that happened last time, so we are going to be getting into today. Fine. I'll talk about the other half of last week's episode. Marco kissed Star. I've already said how I don't approve of this, nor how I think it would ruin a very big part of this show to make it canon. And I think the only way that they're going to make this work by now is maybe have them be together for a little bit, but then realize that, no, it's not going to work. In fact, I think that would be vastly important to the show, especially regarding the Blood Moon. That's something I didn't talk about last time. People talk about how the Blood Moon linked these two together. Would it not be an important and really relevant message to have them say, we don't have to go by some destiny being forced upon us. We make our own decisions. We are people. We decide who we want to be with and who works best for us. I think that would be an amazing thing to teach the viewers of this. And Star Versus has been amazingly progressive with its messages. So I think this would really fit in. Having Star and Marco actually end up together would be a huge misstep, as it would be an extremely regressive ideal for the show. And it just wouldn't make sense character-wise. It just would not work. Because, as I've said before, there's no chemistry between them. And apparently, one thing I didn't notice is the goblin who had taken them in the photo booth and all, apparently he was voiced by Alex Hirsch, which is admittedly cool. I mean, I like Gravity Falls, and Alex Hirsch is great. I followed his Twitter and stuff, but yeah, it's just it pisses me off. As for what's going to happen this time, I don't know. What I hope will happen is they go more into Meteora's stuff, because Meteora is headed for Muni. She wants to just straight up take back the kingdom, which technically rightfully belongs to her. I want to see Eclipsa and her reunite. That would be amazing. But in all, I just want to see that move forward. I do not want to see the entire thing with Star and Marco move forward. I know it's going to have to, but I really don't want to. Now, at the end of that, Star did get the call, and she said Ponyhead's in trouble, and they had to leave, and so I'm hoping that's kind of where it picks up, because honestly, if it picked up anywhere else, it would just feel completely random and weird. I guess we'll find out, though. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you at the reaction. We are back, and we will begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I'm going to very briefly talk about the first half of this episode, because honestly, I don't think it's really that much worth talking about compared to the second half. And honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of it. The entire pony head thing was resolved way too quickly. The fact that Ponyhead was practically completely alright and it was just in her head was stupid. It's insanely cliche, and it completely invalidates the emotional pull of the past episode and everything that how that went. It makes it just invalidates the entire intensity of it. And yeah, episode, I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Ponyhead, but the episode was just not that enjoyable. The second half, though, holy shit. I've said before, I don't remember what I was reacting to, but oh no, I know what it was. During Whack Fu Season 3 reactions, back on the old channel and all, there's this one part where Toxine's spear pierced Ava's stomach while she was pregnant. The resulting electricity from the spear caused Ava to scream out. And I mentioned it there, but there are certain times when the scream of a character can actually freak me out. Not scare me per se, but just put me on such an edge that it hurts me, emotionally and even to a degree physically. It there are some points in shows where you can feel a chill go up your spine when certain things happen. Now I definitely felt that during this too, by the way. But there are certain points also where it's something just hits you in such a intense manner that it can really legitimately affect you. I remember the Volume 3 finale to Ruby when Pyrrha died. That put me in such a just depressive state for the entire rest of the day after I reacted to that. I was completely gone when that happened. I don't know if you noticed, but when Moon screamed in this episode, that scream of pure terror and pain, when Meteora was attacking her, I don't know if you noticed, but I had to try very hard to not break down. That was one of the just most chilling noises I've ever heard in a show. And I mean, Grey Delisle, amazing voice actress, of course. Just the intensity of that moment shook me to my core. And again, I don't know if you noticed, I was starting to tear up at that. And Moon seemed to have half of her soul stolen or something. Not the entire thing, only half of it, and then she ran away, leaving Eclipsa to deal with to deal with Meteora, who also ran away. I mean, the episode was so intense and shocking. I'm speechless, right? I don't know what to say. I'm... Where is this gonna go? Where could... Moon had like half of her soul stolen. Eclipsa is left standing there alone after Moon left her, simply because she tried to save her daughter from Moon going too far. And Meteora ran away thinking her mother betrayed her. And this is the big storyline right now. Because the entire thing with Eclipsa was kind of resolved. We found out that Eclipsa was innocent. At this point, it's basically confirmed. The Magic High Commission, they had set everything up. The old royalty had set everything up. And because of their backwards views on monsters, Eclipsa took the fall for everything. Eclipsa was innocent. And it's like... I'm sorry, this episode shook me, like, really badly. Star Versus has not really done that to this effect before. This show's great, and it's definitely had moments that have been really intense and powerful. But this episode, like the second half of this episode, 19B, this is the pinnacle of what this show has done. Not just the pinnacle, though. It's not just the best this show has done. It's by such a far degree that it's hard to believe this is the same show. But at the same time, it's not. At the same time, you fully believe it's still the same show. Everything built up to this. But this is the big thing that it's been building up to. Everything before this has felt so small in comparison because of how big this is. But it still fits together in the same world, in the same continuity, and that is so admirable. I think this entire episode should have focused on that. The Ponyhead thing, yes, it should have been addressed, but only very briefly, and we shouldn't have had a full half of an episode built around it, and especially in the way it was done. But this... we need to go further into this. And we need to do it right away. Again, we cannot wait. The next episode, episode 20, it has to start with this. If it starts with anything else, it would feel like a complete disservice to this show. It has to start with one of three things. What Moon is doing, what Eclipsa is doing, or what Meteora is doing. Now, if it starts with Star and it goes straight into that kind of thing, then that's fine. But just in general, I mean, it has to start with one of those kind of things. It has to continue this right away. It cannot wait. Because Meteora wants the throne. And she has the power to take it. This needs to be addressed. This needs to be gone into right away. Tell me what you thought of Star Versus Season 3, Episode 20 in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and for now I'm Connie Royal and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live for yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles,